Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for tuning in to NBA Got Game TV. In our tragic NBA story series, we not only feature players who died too early, but careers that took a turn for the worse because of certain incidents. The story of Nick Anderson is a very sad one that shows how one single game can change your entire career. Nick was a great player with the Orlando Magic that still had many great years ahead of him until that special game. But before we start this video, if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Also underneath the video, you will see the link to our Facebook page. Likes are really appreciated. And I would say, let's start the video.
Chicago with the lead with 18 and 1/10 seconds to play.
Born in Chicago, Illinois, Anderson played high school basketball at Simeon Career Academy, where he was named Illinois' Mr. Basketball for 1986 after leading his team to the city championship and a top national ranking in USA Today.
Though Anderson will always be remembered by Illini fans for the shot, Nick amazed everyone from the day they first laid eyes on him.
And I'd heard so much about Nick Anderson and, you know, how powerful he was as a 10th grader. He had gone and had 20 rebounds and 30 points, but I hadn't had the pleasure of actually meeting him. And so I go up to Prosser and I'm going to see Coach Idino, who was the head coach at that particular time. And he said, oh yeah, Nick's around the corner there. And I said, okay. So I go around and I'm looking for him, and there's this huge being on this stationary bicycle. And he's out there riding the bicycle, and I'm thinking, well, this has got to be a man or something just working out at the gym. Surely this can be a 10th grader. So I asked him, I said, look, could you tell me where I can find Nick Anderson? And he looks me dead in the face and he said, I'm Nick Anderson. I said, you're Nick Anderson? And I'm looking at him saying, they don't make boys this big.
When I first saw Nick, he was playing at Triton Junior College, and it was in the summer league. You know, such a man, and just great body control and physical strength, great jumper, quick. And I thought, this guy is unbelievable. Who is this guy? So I asked the guy next to me, I said, where's that guy going to school? He said, oh, it's Nick Anderson, he's a freshman. So the next year I went to see him play against Sullivan. That's where I saw him, because I wanted to see if he was as good as I thought he was. And so I charted him, and he had 32 rebounds. I swear to God. Now Sullivan wasn't great, it didn't make any difference. He had 32 rebounds. And you're talking 6'4", 6'5". And I came back, and I talked to Coach Collins. Jim might have already known. I said, Jim, there's a guy in Chicago named Nick Anderson. I said, if you don't do anything else, go get him.
Coach had not seen him either. And he said, well, what do you think about Nick Anderson, Coach? And I think we must get him. He is a must. He said, well, what position does he play? I said, on the floor. That's all I know. He doesn't have a position. You just got to get him and put him on the floor.
Nick was just a natural freak of nature. You know, when in high school, Nick was a man among boys. In college, Nick was a man among boys. In the pros, Nick was a man among boys. He was just that physically tougher and stronger than everybody else at his position.
Nick has these shoulders that are, they're not cut, but they're just big. And he's got this backside, man, that if he puts it on you and he's squatting, like if he's sitting down in the post and he puts that behind on you, there's nothing you can really do.
I think that Nick is the greatest player in my little era there, say of 5-10 years that I saw play at Illinois. If you put a little guy on him, he was going to destroy him on the post. You put a big guy on him, he's going to go around him. Great leaper, great jump shooter. I mean, this guy just possessed the whole package. I remember the first day he walked on the campus just dunking on everyone, taking everyone to school.
After a great college career, Anderson left school and entered the NBA draft in 1989, where he was selected with the 11th pick of the first round by the Orlando Magic. As the Magic were an expansion team that season, Anderson was the first draft pick in the franchise history.
With the 11th pick in the 1989 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic selects Nick Anderson from the University of Illinois.
I can remember when I did get drafted, you know, a lot of my friends and relatives, like, Orlando Magic? It's not no NBA team. Never heard. I said, well, it's a new franchise. This will be the first year in the league. They didn't believe it until they seen me with a uniform on.
Nick had a great rookie season, and even though the Magic didn't win many games, it was easy to see the potential of Nick Anderson. In his second season, Anderson became one of the elite players in the league and was improving constantly. The next year, Shaquille O'Neal arrived in Orlando and was an instant superstar. This opened more room for Anderson, who averaged almost 20 points that season, and helped turning the Magic into a playoff contender.
Styles tripped. Tolbert finds Nick, who's freed up. Good.
Yeah, now that's good for Nick. Make that first shot, and as I say, you don't have time to think about that injury. Daly will continue to play.
Hey. Anderson leans in. 8-4 Anderson. Nick cuts in the lane. Tough shot. He hits that too.
Oh, man, he is absolutely burning it up and finding more and more ways to score.
Still down by 4 baskets. And Nick Anderson has 40. Slicing in the lane. King flop. Nick hits. Magic by 2. King falls hard. He's still on the floor. And New Jersey calls timeout. It ain't nothing. Magic run. They've got the lead. It's a full timeout. Nick Anderson has 50 points.
In the year 1995, the Magic were the hottest team in the NBA, having a loaded roster of Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway, Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott, and Horace Grant. Still, Nick was a vital part to the team. That season would be the turning point for his career. Meeting the Chicago Bulls, Nick would have one crucial play that will never be forgotten.
Game 1 of the 1995 Eastern Conference semifinals found the Magic down 1 with less than a minute to go against Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. Then Nick Anderson stole the show.
The Magic will have to foul with 18 seconds to go. They'll go for a steal, and if they don't get it, look for him to foul quickly. Tony Kukoc will inbound it. Jordan takes it. Anderson's there with him. Anderson trying to steal it. Jordan dribbles around him. Clock is down to 12, and Anderson stole the ball. Hardaway picks it up. 2-on-1. And he bounced past the grab. He dunks it. 6.2 seconds to go. Nick Anderson stole the ball. Nick Anderson stole the ball from Michael Jordan.
The Magic took Game 1 94-91 and went on to win the series in 6 games, securing the franchise's first trip to the Eastern Conference Finals.
The story here is this. The Orlando Magic is universally regarded as the NBA's team of the future. There are almost certainly championships ahead for Shaquille O'Neal, Anthony Hardaway and company. The question is, can the Rockets make them wait a little longer?
1, 2, 3, rock! Having lost only 2 games at home all season long, and now we're starting the finals on our home court. Everybody was fired up.
The Magic dominated in the first half, and Nick Anderson showed what a great player he was. In the second half, the Magic struggled and couldn't make any shots, while the Rockets caught fire. In the fourth quarter, it would come down to the ultimate showdown, and a moment that would change Nick's career forever.
It got kind of close in the fourth quarter.
The foul call with 10.5 seconds to go.
Nick Anderson went to the free throw line with about 10 seconds left. with a 3-point lead.
Nick Anderson with a chance to perhaps put it away.
Nick Anderson, the very first pick in Orlando Magic history. All he had to do was make a free throw.
Nick Anderson making his first appearance at the line, usually a dependable free throw shooter.
I wasn't really worried. I was like, well, Nick will make one of two, I'm sure.
Free throw up. It's no good. He missed it wide right.
He starts doing this. I was like, okay, he's upset that he missed it. I like that.
Now the pressure really on Nick. The shot up. It is short. He missed it both, but he got his own rebound back, and he's fouled again.
He missed both and got his own rebound. I was like, okay, we got a break.
Brian Shaw came up to me. He's like, hey, man, let that go. We know what you can do.
Anderson has stepped back toward midcourt. Bryant Shaw having a word with him to help calm him down.
He was kind of laughing to himself, like, I can't believe I just missed two, but I got another chance at it now.
All we had to do was make really one.
Hit one. Just one. And another miss by Nick Anderson.
He misses the third one.
And he misses 4 straight. The Rockets take a timeout with 5 6/10 seconds remaining.
And the reaction of Nick Anderson knowing that if he had just made one of those, it would have given the Magic a hammerlock on this game.
A few seconds later, Kenny Smith would hit a three that took the game into overtime. The Magic never recovered and not only would lose this game, but also get swept. After this series, Nick would never be the same.
Would it have been a difference had you made one of those free throws back in game one?
Yeah, maybe it would have, but I can't think about that. That's in the past. Can't change what happened, but I can say Nick Anderson always fight hard, always give his best. I think I gave 110%. That's all I can ask for.
I still hear this today, where if Nick Anderson would have made those 4 free throws, they would have won. And it's been, 20 years? And to my own doing, I didn't let myself forget.
It was tough on Nick. You didn't have all the internet and social media, but he heard it, and it hurt him badly.
Obviously, it's a completely different series if Nick Anderson makes his free throws.
I like Nick Anderson. That guy's in the NBA. He has to make one of those free throws.
We don't get there, nowhere near the playoffs, without Nick Anderson's play. After that year, he would become a free agent. That would end up being one of the tougher negotiations I ever had, because we owed it to ourselves to make sure that he would play like the old Nick Anderson. All I wanted him to do was attempt 3 free throws a game. So we incentivized his contract.
After that, it just seemed like he did not want to go get fouled.
Didn't want to go to the line. Didn't want to have to shoot free throws.
Nick Anderson sends Kevin Edwards to the line to shoot the technical free throw.
It was a big hit on his career because he just wasn't the same after that.
Now let it get to me mentally. I lost that dog in me. The dog was there, but no bite.
Fair or unfair, Nick Anderson's missed free throws became the microcosm of that series and of the team that wasn't ready.
Nick would become a totally different player. In the 1997 season, Nick was a 40% shooter from the free throw line, as well as 39% from the field. In his last 2 NBA seasons, he was a 30% shooter from the field, never regaining his confidence. Until today, he's remembered for missing those 4 shots. But it's unfair. To us, Nick will always be the vital part to the Orlando Magic, who was the first player to give the Magic a face. Hey, and thanks for watching this video. We really hope you enjoy our content, and if you'd like to support our channel, you can do these things. First, subscribe to our channel and click the notifications button so you will always be up to date when we upload a new video. And also check out our Facebook page. You will find the link underneath the video. Likes are very appreciated. Thanks a lot.